Okay, folks, today we're going to have another instructional video from Gator. It deals with Robertson screwdrivers and screws, and screwdriver tips to put in your drivers, electric drivers. Okay, this is it's a stubby, it's a short one, but the other day I was looking for a number 4 screwdriver. Well, this is a number 4 screwdriver. It's a small tip. This is what I was using the other day. It was real small. Okay. First off, hang on. I gotta take some notes there. Make like a professor there. The guy that took a patent out on the Robertson screws. He was born in 1879. His name's Peter Robertson, and he patented the Robertson screwdriver, or the screws, like the idea of it, in Canada in 1909. Yeah, that's what it's all about. See the end of that? Ooh. Well, that's a worn out one, eh? By the way, they're not all as good as they used to be. But okay, the whole idea here, it was never he didn't get a good reception in the States. I didn't know. I don't know that they had Phillips screwdrivers then. They didn't have the torque screws, I know that. And they just didn't want nothing to do with this guy. And he was a traveling tool salesman too, by the way. But his company from Ohio that he worked for, they didn't want to know nothing about this Robertson screw. So didn't go good in the UK either for him. So he stayed in Canada, and he said, that's it. That's where we're going to sell these screws. And the Canadians, well, we kind of got used to them because most screws here in Canada, 80% of the screws used here in Canada are Robertson screws, like your deck screws, all around, all kinds of screws, except drywall. Drywall screws are Phillips screws, screw head. The good thing about, just say a little something about how these are made, these screws. You take, I don't know how well these are going to fit in, but see, that's the head. That's number 10, by the way. It's bigger. There's number 12 that's bigger than that. And your tip, when you put it in, it goes in tight, doesn't wobble, and see that? That's the advantage. You'd try and do that with a Phillips screw. Never in the world.
You could probably shake that a bit and it won't fall. There you go.
Okay, so you can present that to the wood and drive it in with hang on, I'll show you.
Yeah, with the impact, it'll never strip your screw.
Whoa! Yeah.
What's going on? Seems like someone's been practicing.
That's our little son-in-law there. He comes here, he wanted to do some screws, so I give him screws.
Grandson, son-in-law.
Yeah, grandson. I give him screws. He practices. There's 1,000 holes in this, eh? There.
Yeah. You know what? Screw it right in. Go all the way and shove it.
Yeah, you try that with your Phillips screws.
Yeah, you could basically go through the 2x4 all the way through with that screw.
Or if you have, see, okay, I'm going to show you something, okay? That hammer, eh? Now, see, I took it out. No faking there. This was stuck there. You can hear by the sound. It's stuck in there. The harder you press on it, the tighter it goes in. You know why? Because the four edges on the tip and the screw, they're both
tapered
just, I don't know, maybe 5 degrees. But as you press it in, it'll stay. But now, hang on. You gotta go. These are Home Depot screws.
They didn't want to pay the patent.
Nah, this is probably made in Wing Wang, China. Okay? Now, see this? There. See how it doesn't fit? Doesn't fit on the tip. This, okay, we'll start from the beginning.
Buy the good tips.
Buy the good tips. You buy you buy tips there and you get them there at 10 for $2 there. You get for what you pay for, okay? Electricians, they're there. I'll show you what type of tips we buy. But it's because we don't pay for them, eh? There. See, a long reach. See, you're far from something, you put it in there. But these, they're worth about $3 each. That's what they're worth. When you pay $2 and you get 10 of these, I'm not saying this is like that. That's an expensive tip. I know that because I know where it comes from and I know how much the company paid, okay? But these screws, Wing Wang China, well, they didn't know. See, they copy, and they flood the market here. But, you know, you're doing a deck and you put a screw on here and it falls off. You're bringing it down and then it falls off. And then people think, well, it's not good, this Robertson screws and Robertson tips, the way they were designed, and if everything was respected, it's the best screw in the world. You get cheap screws, get a good tip, doesn't work. You get a cheap screw, get a cheap tip, doesn't work. You get a good screw. Now this here, a good screw, it could be made in the States. It could be even made in China, but if it's made there, as long, I don't think the Chinese have got the thing, I'm spilling the beans now, on the angle, on the edges. And that's why their screws aren't staying. Okay, the other day we were talking about number 4. Okay, I've bought a number 4 tip at Home Depot. Okay, number 4 there. Here, take a look at that screw. See how small that is?
Yeah, there we go.
See how small that is? Well, there's reasons you get small screws like that. When you want to do real small, dainty work there, you'll get a small screw that size. Pardon the fingers there. Okay? But look at this. Now this, where does this come from? Anyways, Canada. Yeah, Canada. Canada, but it's some Chinese company that wrote Canada on the screwdriver. But anyways, the screwdriver's all right, but the screw is not good. See, the friggin' screw there, the driver, see, doesn't even, you can't, there's no way that you can even put, there's no way that you can put that screw and it'll hold it. You got to hold the screw, and that's the whole idea. And I know that these drivers work because I remember buying a whole little box. We were doing a specific job in a house that I was building, and I needed these little screws. It was for trim around the windows, and then I just put a DAP, a silicone, white silicone on top, and I had the screw. And I remember using a driver there and just screwing the number 4 screws in. This here, you put a number 4 driver. I forget. Hang on.
Ooh, look at that.
Get away. Get away. Hang on, it's too. Close this here. Oh, here's some number 4 drivers. Okay. See that? Well, let's try it. Well, it's a little bit better, but you can tell it doesn't hold. It doesn't hold the screw.
So what's the lesson?
The lesson is that these, I think it's the screws. I think the drivers are all right, but I think the screws don't have that little bevel. So as we go, people may complain against Robertson, but it ain't Robertson. It's where they source these screws. Yeah. That's the problem.
If you use a fake stuff, you're going to end up with bad results.
Yeah, but you don't know. You buy a box of screws at Home Depot, you don't know where it comes from. It could be written made in the U.S. It was boxed in the U.S., but they buy them by the barrel from wing wang China, and so you don't know unless you use them, and then you're happy with them. Anyways, I'm stretching this out. I'm just trying to explain that the original Robertson idea was good, but now you gotta get. You know what I found? You buy screws from a small lumber yard there, and a lot of them will have good screws. That this is number 8 here, number 8 head. I think I can't even see. No, that's a friggin' Phillips. there. They won't hold. Good. Okay, if you get the right size of Phillips, and there's some Phillips, they're not all the same too. Okay, now I'm promoting Phillips here, but I don't really wanna. There's some that have got, like, see the flat on the end of that? Some of them are real sharp at the end. Some of them are real flat. And you get the cement screws. I'd have to show you. Well, come with me. How long is this video?
We're about 12 minutes. We're close to 12, so you gotta cut it short. You gotta get to the point.
You're gonna hurry up. Here. See this? That's a Phillips screw again. But it's a Tapcon screw. It's a screw made to screw in the cement. I don't know if I have the drivers for that here. I was going to show you something, but...
Hey, you know, I think he's extending this video. This guy right here is trying to get his... He's trying to get...
I'm the guy running the show here.
He's trying to get the hours for his videos. Keep it short.
If you're using Tapcon screws, my recommendation is you get the drivers specifically made for Tapcon screws. If you use normal drivers, you're gonna break them. These, you gotta drive them, and you're gonna strip the screw, strip your drivers. Tapcon sells drivers for their screws. Get the driver. Don't be cheap.
Don't cheap out. I said the cheap guy.
Anyway. So, okay, so I just wanted to show you that there's different types of drivers, and there's different types of screws. And see, like all these here, I have those in my box.
Wow, well organized.
No, but here, with this, I bring this on a job. Okay, see, this is another type of...
That's a Home Depot screw, I know that. That's a...
no, you can't say that because they're all green and... Hang on, I'll know. No, look. See, it's green, but I'll tell you where that comes from. It's called Nadon Lumber up north near your sister's place there. It's just a small lumber yard, but their screws are all good. That's the screw when we built the barn there. Don't tell JP that's one of his screws.
Uh-oh.
But hey, I use my drill there, so I can have a screw.
A few freebies.
One or two. Here's another one of his screws. Look at that. Look at that. Ha! So you go to Home Depot, 4-inch screw. You go to Home Depot, they don't got no 4-inch screw unless you go to hardwood screw, and it costs you an arm and a leg. Okay, there's there you go. It's a good screw. It holds it. It won't. It's tight in there. That's what you need. It just holds it. Okay, there's another type of screw. It's a torque screw. That's our American friends. That's mostly what they use. And they call that GRK. They're a good screw. Most of their screws are made that, I don't have a sample. I don't care for them. They have a cut in them. So as they're going in, it cuts its own way. You're going to pay 3 times the price that you're going to pay for a normal wood screw for the GRK. And the GRK or torque. I have some drivers here that are torque. I have some. I bought a little kit. Where is it?
Maybe if you did a little spring cleaning in here, you could find what you're looking for.
I know I have it somewhere.
Okay, well, you know what?
Anyways, without further ado, friends, the lesson here is Robertson's, I demonstrated that. Robertson's are superior to Phillips. and the GRK, because GRK is a lot more expensive. So, and just another thing, when I went to, yeah, I don't know how long this is going to be. When I went to work in the UK, and I went to work in Africa. You know what these guys use down there? Well, they used to use, I'm talking 20-some years ago. Use slotted screwdrivers. Slotted screwdrivers. Okay?
Like it was 1920.
Well, that's it. Even in the 20s, we had better ideas than that. Like, you can't tell me that if you're using a slotted screwdriver.
Good for opening cans of paint.
That's about the only thing it's good for. Anyways, that's what they're using.
Hey, question from the camera guy here.
Whoa.
We've noticed that you've got all these fancy screws and expensive drivers. We're wondering, since you've got all this money lying around, you think the film crew could have a raise?
There we go.
We're just saying.
Hey, folks, they've just been hired back, and they're trying to dip into the pot here. No, I think you're going to have to earn your keep there, mister.
Well, we might have to
come back
get a union
night.
going.
Hey, come back at night when the old man's sleeping, eh?
Okay, well, we might do that.
Anyway, okay, so just when I did jobs in the UK and in Africa, I brought some of these jobs. I was moving and putting back together these machines, and these machines all had Robertson screws on them, eh? So what I did is I bought a bunch of screwdrivers with me, and I left them with the machines. Probably a day after I was gone, the screwdrivers were all gone. I don't know. It wasn't my trouble anymore. But it's just to say. Okay, I salute you all. I don't know if you learned something. I hope so. If not, well, that's my jewels of knowledge for today.
At least, hopefully, everyone's been entertained.
That's it. That's the main thing. So, okay, so I'm enjoying myself. I hope you are. And don't forget, we'll see you in the next one.